Hi guys, welcome back to my Brave XVS guide. Now I'm going to review Cressnik. So let's talk on how to use his normal form. So on normal form, I think the best ability he has is the AoE Imperil removal. On the past, ability like this comes in the form of grandness or cooldown abilities. But now you can use it anytime you want. But again, maybe it's not as useful as it sounds, as the enemy tend to imperil and attack with the same element on the same turn. So even if you remove the imperil, they will imperil you again on the next turn. So it's kinda useless to remove them on the first place. He is also great in terms of health and MP recovery. He also able to give you 2500 health barrier. Another thing I like is he has all stats break and ailments resist. Recently, we kinda got the compromise version. If character has stats break, they don't have ailments resist, and vice versa. This time it's complete, okay? You get the whole package in one character. If you fight against a human, Cressnik is also very useful as he has 50% physical and magic mitigation against human. Not to mention he has AoE re-raise too. And those are all good things I can say about him. Other things are nice but nothing broken or spectacular. Okay? He has AoE 100% limit burst damage, 150% faster LB rate, 250% all stats buff, which are good but nothing special as there are other characters out there who are able to give you better buff. Having this on a healer is a nice combination though. He is able to chain with Chaos Wave Awaken, but again it's locked to light element and he only has triple cast, which means not the best chaining support you can get. Every turn he will try to inflict one ailment to all enemies, which is nice on a trial where you can inflict ailments to the enemy. Okay, like maybe ongoing class of whale. However, this mostly become useless on most of our normal permanent trial because most of them have like 100% resist against all ailments. So I can say this is kinda niche and made especially for class of whales. His normal attack is pretty decent as it can cure zombie and feel 10 limit burst gauge to all allies, but again this probably only useful on specific battles, okay, like class of whales, since I can say they do it on purpose. Now for limit burst, this limit burst will cleanse your party, which is good, but I think the most amazing thing is the side effect. After you use this limit burst, he will recover 5000 health and 100 MP every turn, which is very nice on long battles, but again, most battles nowadays last very quick, okay? So maybe it's not that amazing, okay? But yeah, it's not bad at the same time. So those are all things about the normal form. Now let's take a look on how to use Brave Shift form. For the Brave Shift form, I can say that it is about the same as the normal form, but they are better. First, the limit burst damage buff becomes 150% from 100%. 150% into 200% faster ability rate and 250% into 300% all stats buff. He also auto casts 200% all stats buff every turn, right? The best ability on this form is the AoE Imperil removal because it also increases your all elemental resistance by 80% for 3 turns. And after that, 60% on every turn. This is super useful because, like I said before, that the enemy usually imperil your resistance every turn. But this one counter that imperil with this buff. Okay, so it doesn't matter even if the enemy inflict the imperil, because unless the enemy able to dispel that, you are good to go. Okay, and on this form you also have access to all elements, break, stop, and charm resist. His health and MP recovering ability are also very great. You can restore, let's say, 200 MP per cast, and you get 3000 health barrier on every turn. He also retains lots of useful normal form abilities, like that zombie cure. So I can say that this form is basically the steroid version of his normal form. The downside, it only lasts for 3 turns. Another unique thing is he can give you AoE like Absorb, which is something really amazing when needed. It only lasts 1 turn, but again, after all, it's really OP, so I understand and make sure you use it wisely. The limit burst is super dispel and nice healing plus barrier, but again, nothing amazing about it. The human killer only 100%, which is not that amazing. That's all for the Brave Shift form. Now let's compare him to other support or healers. Compared to our top tier buffers like Cetra Irid, Lord of the Seas Nicole, then I can say Cressnik is totally outclassed. It is obvious, right? Their buffs increase stats by more than 300%. Compared to White Dragonling, I can say that White Dragonling is simply better in terms of buff and killers. White Dragonling also has great barrier and auto re-raise from her limit burst. The best part is she has 5 AoE physical efficient, which is really important on certain battle, and I can say maybe better than half as barrier that Cressnik has. Okay, so looking on the comparison, I can say that Cressnik is not better compared to those characters. He is simply different, okay, and meant to be used a little bit differently depending on your party composition. So my conclusion for Cressnik is good character and the first real Neo-Vision non-awakened healer we ever have. He has useful buff, okay, but I can say they are not special, guys, because like you have seen that there are other characters which have better versions of the buffs. So I can say that the reason to use him is if you really need those healing and support powers combination on certain battle. So really, unless you are forced to use him, there is no reason to use him. Okay, there is no huge improvement like previous meta buffer. So for example, Irid buffer is insane, okay, because we get 400%, while on the past we get like 300%. Wow, that's huge. But for this Cressnik, nothing like that. One weakness is I find his MP is quite low and his abilities cost lots of MP. Okay, you can spend like 200 MP to use your ability, so beware of that. His Trust Mastery Word is also one of the best robes in the game. Okay, very good spirit stats and elemental resistance. Same for the STMR head, amazing health, MP, spirit boost, very good for your support. Okay, the vision card is also pretty decent. You can get up to 100% through double hand spirit. So yes, even when I said that maybe you won't use him that often unless you really need to, because there are many good buffers, his his things are pretty good. Okay, Trust Mastery Word, STMR, and Vision Card. So in the future, you don't need to worry if you pull him accidentally. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about Cressnik. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Private XPS guide. Bye bye guys!